Hello and welcome back to Trash Plays Marvel Champions, and today we are not playing anything, we are unboxing the two new champions, Hercules and Wonderman. Now, unfortunately, it seems that they have new packaging, and that because of that new packaging, my Wonderman box came like this. And it came actually with this stuff outside of the box, so I guess that did the unpackaging for me. So to start with, we are going to be doing Wonderman, because it is already unboxed, and this is slightly open, which has me concerned. I want to make sure that this has all the cards that it actually is supposed to have, and that the delivery person did not steal something. So, let's see what this new packaging is supposed to be like. Open it from the top. Even this is damaged. Wow, this did not like the way it was delivered. Open it from the top. This seems a little bit harder than it should be. Oh, that's because there's still plastic stickers. What are you doing? Why do you still have plastic stickers? The point of the... Oh my goodness, alright. On the bright side, these plastic stickers aren't like those ones that stick to the box. These still peel off really easily, so that's nice, I guess. But like, why do you still have plastic stickers? And why do you not have them at the bottom? So that the bottom doesn't open like this. But then you would open it from the top. This would be what's in there, I guess. This is to protect the sides, but apparently not the bottom and the top. So... yay. 60 card pack. So I guess after I unpack this, I will count the cards, and has some sort of paper sort of thing instead of a plastic wrap. You can see through the plastic as well, or through the paper as well. This is sort of like what you get in an iPhone. When you get a new iPhone, it's like wrapped in a paper, except the iPhone paper is better. This doesn't feel as good. This doesn't feel as premium. I don't have an iPhone. I just know quite a lot about iPhones and how to fix them because of my previous job. So I guess you would just remove that, and then you have your new cards. So let's see what they are. We have Wonderman. I am not unboxing this for your benefit, so that you have an unboxing video, because I know for a fact that there are already several unboxing videos, but for my benefit, so that I can read the cards before I play them, so I don't have to stop the game and actually read every single card as I'm playing my first game with them. Oh, I suppose I should look at the insert as well. You got a picture of Wonderman, and you have some stuff about Wonderman. I'm sure that is all very interesting. I suppose normally I would start this video by saying that I know nothing about Wonderman, but this time I actually do know something about him. I know that he is a Hollywood superstar, and that he's kind of like a joke character. He's not supposed to be taken seriously, unlike, you know, a lot of the Marvel stuff. Not like in the Spider-Man sense, where you are supposed to take Spider-Man seriously, but like more like Deadpool, where he's kind of the joke, right? Simon Williams, the former industrial rival of Tony Stark turned super-powered movie star, first got his powers by agreeing to undergo an experiment crafted by the Masters of Evil. After meeting and subsequently being defeated by the Avengers, he changed his ways and became a constant part-time member. Okay. Well, let's see who Simon Williams is, or Wonderman is. 2 towards 1 attack, 2 defense. Oh, he also got a TV show, I think. Aerial Avenger Hero, 5 hand size, 12 HP. Power Recycling. Wonderman's got +1 attack for each card tucked under Ionic Psychology. I suppose that's this card right here. So we have another tucking card. Tucking Mechanic card. That's nice. And Force Response. After Wonderman makes a basic attack, discard each card tucked under Ionic Psychology. Ionic Psychology is a superpower, 0-cost upgrade, permanent, max 3 cards tucked under here, unlike Silk's 4. Response: after you play an event with a printed energy resource, tuck that event from your discard pile under this card, heal 1 damage from your identity. Whoa. Whoa, hey, new back as well. I like this new back. That's a cool back. After you play an event with a printed energy resource, tuck that event from your discard pile under this card, heal 1 damage from it. That seems really, really strong. 12 HP, that's not low HP. Wonderman has a decent amount of HP, and he gets to heal every time he plays an event. I'm assuming you would just, by default, fill your deck up with energy events, so every time you play a card, you get to heal. That seems really, really strong. Simon Williams, the Recover. Alter Ego Civilian, Ionic Energy Being. You may include an event with a printed energy resource icon from any aspect in your deck. Setup: put Ionic Psychology into play. Whoa! That seems really, really good. So that means you get the best of all worlds, basically, with Wonderman. You can have all the best thwarting events, because as long as those thwarting events have energy in them, you can pull all the thwarting events from the energy, or from the justice aspect. You can have all the best defense events as long as they have the energy icon, and you can have all the best attack events as long as you pull them from the aggression aspect and have the energy icon. That seems really, really strong. What the heck? And you heal every time you play a card? That seems kind of ridiculous. Okay. 1, 2, 3 copies of Active Altruism, 0 cost event, Thwart, hero action, Thwart, remove 1 threat from a scheme. For 0 cost, I suppose that's fine. Remove 2 additional threats from that scheme for each energy resource you overpaid for this card to a maximum of 2 energy. Remove 2 additional threat from that scheme for each energy resource you overpaid. So I guess overpaying is a mechanic. So you can like pay over the cost to get additional benefits. Overpay is not one of the new featured terms. So I guess this has just always been a part of the game and I just didn't know about it. So if you pay 2, that's 3 cards, you can remove 5 threat. But if you pay 1, you can remove 1 for 2 cards. Or 3 threat for 2 cards is not bad, I guess. That's cool. Okay. 1, 2, 2 copies of Ionic Blast. This, of course, has an energy resource on everything. Attack superpower, hero action, attack, deal 3 damage to an enemy for 1 cost. That's not bad. Deal 2 additional damage to that enemy for each energy resource you overpaid to a maximum of 3. So you can pay 4 to deal 3 times 2 is 6 plus 3 is 9 damage. This is a 9 damage attack. If you pay 4, wow, okay, cool. That seems pretty good. 1, 2, 3 copies of Starstruck. Starstruck, energy resource icon, of course. Attack superpower, hero action, attack, deal damage to an enemy equal to your attack if you overpaid for this card with a energy resource, stun that enemy. Deal damage to an enemy equal to your attack. What is your attack by default? 1. So it's 1 damage, unless you're playing aggression, I guess, to an enemy equal to your attack if you overpaid for this card using an energy resource. So if you pay 2, so 3 cards to deal 1 damage and stun, that's not that great unless you're playing aggression. And you get 3 copies of these, that's not that great. That's not that great. I suppose if you're... I mean, stunning them is fine, I guess. Energy Siphon. Energy resource is a resource card. Hero Interrupt. When you spend this card, take up to 3 damage. This card generates 1 additional energy resource for each damage taken this way. Whoa. Whoa, wait a second. Wait a second. You can take up to 3 damage to generate... So this can generate 4 resources with your Ionic Blast. So it costs 2 cards to deal 9 damage. That's bonkers. That's actually really, really strong. What the heck? And then you get to heal 1 of the damage you've taken from your... Ionic Psychology. That seems really broken. Holy... Wow. This is... Wait a second. This is just like a better Captain Marvel. Because Captain Marvel can only have stuff from one thing, but Wonderman can have it from everything. So you can just straight up fill your deck up with nothing but energy resource cards. That's wild. 1 copy of Wonder Fans, 1 cost support, Civilian, Alter Ego Action, Exhaust Wonder Fans. Choose to tuck 1 event with a printed energy resource from your discard pile under Ionic Psychology. After you play an event, tuck that card from your... Wait a second, you get +1 attack for each card tucked under Ionic Psychology, so the... Starstruck, deal damage to an enemy equal to your attack. That would boost the attack of Starstruck. Oh wait, never mind. And you can have up to 3 cards. So this can deal 4 damage for 2, plus a stun. That's actually really good. Never mind. I take that back. That's really good. But Wonder Fans, tuck 1 card with a printed resource, energy resource from your discard pile under Ionic Psychology, or draw 1 card. Alter Ego Action... I don't like this one as much. 1 copy of Jet Belt. Hero resource, exhaust Jet Belt, generate a energy resource for an event that... Okay. And hero resource, exhaust Jet Belt, and discard a card tucked under Ionic Psychology. Generate a energy resource. So I guess if you're trying to play something that's not an event, you can discard a card from under you to generate that resource. Energy resource, permanent energy resource generator for 2 is really, really good. This guy seems a little strong. Just a little strong. 1 cost upgrade, Mr. Hollywood. Generate a energy resource to overpay for a card. Limit once per card. Wait, you have 2 resource generators that are both super cheap? And you can do them both for free? Every single... What the heck? No, this guy's broken. I'm saying it right now, this guy's broken. Signature sunglasses. 1 cost upgrade. Response after you change form, choose. Tuck an energy or event or resource card with a printed energy resource from your discard pile under Ionic Psychology. Add a card tucked under Ionic Psychology to your hand. Tuck an event or resource card with a printed from your discard pile under. So you can use this to tuck the energy siphon under this, and then at a later turn bring it back into your hand. And then this guy's broken. This guy has 3 energy resource generators. Absolutely wild. What the heck? 2 cost upgrade. What are you? Superpower. Force interrupt when Wonderman would be defeated. Instead set his hit points dial to 4 and change him to alter ego form. You may tuck events with a printed energy resource from your discard pile under Ionic Psychology until there are 3... What the freak is this? Remove this card from the game. This is broken! And he also can't die? This guy's super broken! Holy cow! Okay, and then we get into our actual cards. It looks like he comes with a Justice deck because he does have a Justice ally. These are not events. And then you got your red events, yellow events, green events, blue events, some upgrades, and then here's the extra cards. Okay. Alright, we have 2 cost ally, Firebird. This is Bonita Juarez. 2 thwart, 2 attack, that takes 2 damage, and you only have 2 HP. Aerial Avenger. If you overpaid for Firebird, place 1 rebirth counter on her. Interrupt when Firebird would be defeated by consequential damage. Remove 1 rebirth counter from her. Heal all damage from her instead. When Firebird would be defeated by consequential damage. So this specifically has to be from her doing stuff. So you can't use her to chump block and bring her back. So she costs 3 to get her out. I guess best case scenario, you would thwart for 2 first turn. Second turn, you would attack for 2. That would kill her. And then she would come back. And then you can thwart for 2 again. And then attack for 2 again. For 3 cost, that's pretty good. Even as a 2 cost ally. Just being a 2 cost ally is pretty good. Because you can chump block with her if you want. If you really need to. 3 cost ally, Hawkeye. Hey, Clint Barton. 1 thwart, 1 attack, so I think that's the same as the leadership Hawkeye in the core box. And 3 HP, Avenger Shield. Hawkeye enters play with 4 arrow counters on him, of course. Response, after an ally makes a basic thwart, remove 1 arrow counter from Hawkeye, deal 2 damage to a minion. Ooh, I think that's better than leadership Hawkeye. Because you can do this more than once to the same minion. Whereas leadership Hawkeye was like, oh, something with 8 HP came out where I can deal 2 damage to it, and that's it. I think that's better than the leadership one. Scarlet Witch, 2 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 HP, Avenger Mystic, force response. After you play Scarlet Witch, discard the top card of the encounter deck if it is a treachery card, resolve its win revealed ability. I don't like that as much. That's not as good, but it does have it is a 2 cost ally. And there are Justice cards that allow you to rearrange the top of the deck. So I guess that's fine if you are playing with those cards. Sentry, 3 cost ally. Didn't I already get Sentry? Wasn't Sentry in Black Panther's thing? Force response, after Sentry enters play, search the encounter deck for a side scheme and reveal... Yeah, this was in Black Panther's thing. 3 cost ally, 2 thwart, 3 attack, 5 HP. Very strong. Wait, this is actually really, really strong. What the heck? 3 attack and only 1 consequential damage with 5 HP? This guy's actually really strong. I didn't think about how strong he was for some reason until just now. Battlefield Benevolence. We are now getting into our events. 3 copies of Battlefield Benevolence. 1 cost event. Tactic. Hero action. Heal 2 damage from an enemy. Confuse that enemy. This is a physical icon. So I'm assuming that they want you to take this out immediately. Because that does not have a lightning symbol. So I don't know why that is in there, and I also don't like that card. Heal 2 damage from them and confuse them. I'd rather just kill them. Don't like that. 2 cards to heal them for 2? Just to confuse? No. No, screw that. 3 copies of Bombs Away, 2 cost event. has the energy resource, so you can put this into your deck. Aerial tactic, hero action, exhaust an aerial character you control, and choose a player. Deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player. This should not be a 2-cost event. That's really strong. That's a Haymaker, but for every single enemy. You have to exhaust an aerial character you control. Am I aerial? Wonderman just starts off aerial? This should not be a 2-cost card. What the? This is a really strong card. That's a really, really strong... That should not cost 2. Okay. Everywhere all at once. X cost event. Aerial Thwart. Play only if your identity has the aerial trait. So lots of aerial support for Wonderman as well. Energy icon, of course. Hero action Thwart. Choose X schemes. Remove 2 threats from each chosen scheme. 3 threat instead if you overpaid for this card. So you could pay 2 to choose 2 schemes and remove 2 from each of them. Or you could choose 2 and pay 3 to remove 3 from each of them. This is a very versatile card. I don't know if in terms of cost this is good, but it's very versatile, and versatility is good. Stronger Together, 3 copies of it. 0-cost event with an energy icon with Daredevil and Elektra on the cover, so this is automatically a good card. Hero Interrupt, when a character other than your hero would take any amount of damage. If that character shares a trait with your hero, reduce the damage by your defense. When a character other than your hero would take any amount of damage. If that character shares a trait with your hero. So in Wonderman's case, this would be Avenger and Aerial. But if you're playing, like, Sherry Black Panther, that would be Wakanda. So you could chump block with your ally, and then use Stronger Together for 0 cost to reduce their damage by your defense, which ideally would be like 3 to 5. That seems like a pretty good card. I like that. Unified Strike, 3 copies, 0-cost event, tactic, energy resource, hero interrupt. When an ally uses a basic power, exhaust your hero. Add your hero's matching power to that ally's power for this use. That ally does not take consequential damage for this use. Ooh. So this would be good for people like Firebird who have more than 1 consequential damage in their things. I think there is someone else in... Oh, who was it? I think Maria Hill had a guy that had like 3 consequential damage, but had like a huge stat line, and then you could just be like, I'm gonna boost your attack or whatever. And with Wonderman, his attack goes up for every card under Ionic Psiology. Ooh. Alright, what's next? 3 copies of Heroic Conditioning. This is an upgrade, and it does not have the energy icon. 3-cost upgrade. Play any under player's control. Max 1 per player. You get plus 3 hit points, and your hero gets plus 1 thwart. What the heck is this? You get plus 3 hit points, and you get plus 1 thwart for 3. That's really good. That's really, really good. Oh. This is a one-of card, obviously, but... Wait a second, so that means you can also have... what was the other Justice card? There's a Justice card that boosts your thwart as well, and you can have both of them to give your guy plus 2 thwart. That's incredible. Okay. 4-cost ally, Swordsman. This is Jaquise de Quinsne. This is Swordsman. 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, has 2 consequential damage for the thwart. 4 HP Avenger. Swordsman's basic attacks gain piercing. That's pretty good, actually. Hero response after a boost card is turned face up during an undefended attack. Declare Swordsman as the defender without exhausting him. After a boost card is turned face up during an undefended attack. No, after a boost card is turned face up during an undefeated... Okay, so it has to be the villain or someone with villainous. Or it has to be someone that gets a boost card. Never mind. I think that still might be pretty good. 4-cost ally though. You're competing with Nick Fury there. That's a big competition. 1 copy of energy and no copies of strength or the other one. I guess that makes sense. You only really want that. This is a cool energy card. I like that energy card. But I guess that makes sense. Jarvis, 2-cost support, Avenger Persona. Response after an event. Isn't Jarvis the AI robot? Why is he a butler? I guess I don't know Iron Man as well as I should. Response after an Avenger hero changes into alter ego form, exhaust Jarvis, choose. That identity gets plus 2 recovery until the end of the phase. After an Avenger hero changes into alter ego form, Exhaust Jarvis, the identity gets +2 recovery until the end of the phase, or discard a status card from that identity. Seems kind of weak, and it is exclusive to Avengers, but we shall see. I don't think that Wonderman had a... What was your alter ego card? The alter ego card was Wonderfans, and this doesn't heal Wonderman, so I guess this is to make up for not having an alter ego card that heals you. Alright, obligations and the encounter cards, which I will not look at because I consider those to be the villain cards, which I don't look at until they come up. So, new cards that come in the back of the pack, we have 3 copies of Caught in the Crossfire attached to a non-elite minion, max 1 per minion, interact when a friendly character attacks, deal 1 damage to the attached minion. When a friendly character attacks, deal 1 damage to the attached minion. 0 cost upgrade. I'm gonna assume this is good for something that I'm not aware of. I don't know what this is good for, but I'm gonna assume I don't know what it is yet, but it is good for something. 0 cost support cameo. It's not 0 cost, it's a blank cost. Setup. That's why it's blank, I guess. Max 1 per deck. Setup. Search your collection for an identity-specific ally. Search your collection for an identity-specific ally for an identity not in this game. Shuffle that identity into your deck. Discard 2 cards from your hand and remove this card from the game. So this is basically a contract. In terms of Lord of the Rings talk, this is a contract. I don't know who all the identity-specific allies are, but I can't think of one off the top of my head that is worth discarding 2 cards from the start of my hand from the start of the game. But that's an interesting card. I'll have to keep that card in mind. 0 cost upgrade has a wild resource. Coordinated... Is this printed? Ionic Psychology. After you play an event with a printed energy resource. Okay, it has to be printed. This is not an event, but it occurred to me that I should check to see if wild counts. Attached to an encounter card in play, max 1 per encounter card, while paying cost on attached card. Any player may help pay those costs. So this is multiplayer exclusive, so I will never get a chance to use this. Alright. 3 copies of Disarming Defense, 1 cost event, Hero Interrupt Defense. When your hero defends against an attack, it gets +2 defense for that attack. If you take no damage from that attack, discard an attachment on the attacking enemy with the text Hero Action or Hero Response. Ooh, that's actually really, really interesting. That's actually really, really interesting. I'm gonna have to keep this card in mind when I'm playing defense, or protection in the future. And Avengers Compound, 0 cost support, identity, or not identity, Avenger location, play only if your identity has the Avenger trait, max 1 per deck. Action, exhaust Avengers Compound, choose tuck 1 ally from your hand here if there is no ally tucked under here, or play the ally tucked here as if it were in your hand. Exhaust, choose an ally from your hand if there's no ally here, play the... I think it's a 0 cost support, and you get to save an ally for later for when you need it. Seems good enough. Yeah, seems like a good enough card. And now I get paranoid and see if this deck had 60 cards in it, and even then I will have to check online to see if this has all the cards. Let me know in the comments if this has all the cards. Save me some time. I counted 60, but I don't know if Wonderman is supposed to be counted, and I don't know if Ionic Psychology is supposed to be counted, and I don't know if this stop card is supposed to be counted, because these are not cards. They're not like player cards. They don't go in and out of the deck. But it was 60, so for now I'm going to be happy with it. Next, Hero Pack. Hercules, also known as Hercules, if you are dead naming him. Let's get this sticker off right off the bat. Again, it's a 60 card Hero Pack, includes 1 pre-built Hercules deck, new cards that can be added to any Marvel Champions hero, and a Nemesis set featuring Ares. Ooh, that's fun. I did not know that Hercules was in Marvel, like in the Marvel universe. I would have thought that if he was in the Marvel universe, he would have been introduced in the cinematic universe by now, but I guess they're still saving him. Got an insert, got my cards, this time it is not damaged, so I guess I could just count this to see if this has 60 and be happy with it if it does. In terms of the opening experience, this is once again not as good as an iPhone. good enough, I guess. It doesn't really matter. You only open something once. You should not be upset that it feels worse to open, unless it damages your cards. Like if this sticker stuff was like sticking onto the cards, then you could be upset, but this does not seem to be sticky after you open it. Okay. Alright, well I just counted how many cards are in here, and it was 60, so I'm gonna assume that my Wonderman deck came with everything that Wonderman should have. So once again, I did not know that Hercules was in the Marvel Universe, so I guess that tells you how much I know about Hercules in this world, I mean. Hercules, wow. This is a big info dump when it comes to, compared to the other one. Like, when it comes to explaining who they are, this guy got like one paragraph for the future terms. And then this guy gets like this for the future terms. Guess they really want you to know who Hercules is. A man known by many names, born Alcaeus, renamed to Hercules, then to distance himself from Hera, he was renamed Hercules. Now his friends call him Herc. The son of Zeus has a tumultuous relationship with Olympus. Sometimes he is their glory, other times their disgrace. But no matter what, there are few problems that he doesn't first try to solve with his immense godlike strength. I'm expecting big attack stat, 3 attack, yep, big attack stat for Hercules. 1 sword, 3 attack, 2 defense. Atonement response. After a labor card is added to the victory display, put the top card of the gift deck into play. Ready Hercules, you may flip to alter ego form. Hand size of 4. I have a theory that Hercules is going to have support for She-Hulk. Because it seems to me that Wonderman has support for, what's her name? Captain Marvel, who really liked energy stuff. And then Silk had support for Iron Man, plus just in general being good defense cards. Black Panther obviously had Black Panther support. I have a theory that Hercules is going to have support for She-Hulk because she is the other big, like, beefy hero in the core box. And I have a theory that these cards are supporting the core box. So, Hercules, 1 thwart, 3 attack, 2 defense. I already read this thing. I don't know what a labor and a gift deck is, but I suppose we shall find out. Hercules, 4 recovery. Hit points of 14, hand size of 6. Yeah, 4 hand size, 6 hand size. That is the same as She-Hulk. Hercules begins the game with a labor deck and a gift deck CZ insert. I guess I will have to CZ insert later. New labors of Hercules action. If there is no labor in play, reveals the top card of the labor deck. Okay. 1 copy of Defeat the Hydra. This is an attachment with no cost. Labor. Victory 0. Labor, gift. Okay, so there's 3 labors. Victory 0. Attached minion gets plus 6 hit points. So this would be... Okay, so there's some sort of labor deck. If there is no labor in play, reveal the top card of the labor deck. So I'm assuming that these 3 would be face down, and you could say, I have no labor, I reveal the top 1, and that becomes the labor that I'm working on. Okay. Defeat the Hydra. Attached minion gets plus 6 hit points and gains the elite trait. Attached minion cannot take damage except by Hercules attacks. Wow, that's really, really bad. That's really, really bad. But then if you can get rid of this somehow, by defeating the Hydra, this goes into victory display, and then if there's no labor card in play, what is this? After a labor card is added to the victory display, put the top card of the gift deck into play. Ready Hercules. You may flip to alter ego form. Okay. I see. So he basically goes side questing. He gets 3 things that he can side quest for, and those will benefit him somehow. So when revealed, find a non-elite minion with at least 6 printed hit points. Reveal it, heal all damage from it, and attach this card to it. Okay. Cool. Great. That seems awesome. So I'm guessing in that case, this is going to come with an aggression deck because that is the only thing that makes sense. I cannot see any other scenario. So, Embody Pathos, Victory 0. Attached Side Scheme gets Assault. I don't know what Assault is. Attached Side Scheme gains Assault. Threat cannot be removed from the attached side scheme except by Hercules Thwarts. Excellent. So I guess you could also play in Justice. When revealed, find and encounter side scheme that is not in play and reveal it, treating its per person icon as 1. So in single player, this would not change anything. And attach this card to it to place 6 additional threat on it. Ooh. But you could find something that only has that only starts with 1. This is not that bad. Not that hard to complete. You only have 1 thwart, however. So you better have some good thwart cards in your deck. Protect Humanity uses 3 labor counters, victory 0. Oh, this is an obligation. Okay. When revealed, find Amadeus Cho and put him into play. Forced interrupt. When the villain would attack Hercules, choose one of your allies. The villain attacks that ally instead. After that ally resolves, if Hercules defended, remove 1 labor counter from here. When a villain would attack Hercules, choose one of your allies. So you have to have an ally for that to happen. And after defending 3 times, you get to complete this. That seems kind of brutal, actually. And then 3 upgrades that have no cost. These are your gifts. Okay, so these are your rewards for completing the labors. Nemean Lion Skin, artifact gift. Permanent Hercules get +2 hit points and gain steady. I don't know what steady is. Response after this card enters play, draw 4 cards. +2 hit points does not seem that great when you already have 14 hit points, but we shall see. Getting the draw 4 cards though is pretty good. Shield of Perseus. 0 cost upgrade or no cost upgrade. Artifact gift. Permanent Hercules gets +1 hit points and gains retaliate 1. After this card enters play, draw 4 cards. I'm seeing a defense route as well, protection route as well. If you get retaliate, that's cool. Sword of Fancy Sword. 0 cost obligation. Artifact gift weapon, permanent restricted. Hercules gets +1 hit points and has his basic attacks gain piercing. Okay, this is a much better card. Gains piercing, and after this card enters play, draw 4 cards. So basically, you start off with 2 decks. You don't know what you're going to get for your labor. You choose a labor. You deal with the labor. You have to be in hero form to deal with the labor. And then your hand size is 4. You deal with the labor. You get a gift. You don't know what that gift is going to be. But then when that gift enters play, you get to draw 4 cards. So that makes up for using up 4 cards to deal with that labor. And you can also switch over to alter ego form to get another labor if you so choose. Okay. I think I understand. So, Amadeus Cho, 2 cost ally. That's pretty good. 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 HP. Genius. Force interrupt. When a minion would attack you, it attacks Amadeus Cho instead. That's not as good. And action, exhaust Amadeus Cho to draw 1 card. Ooh, that's really good. That's really, really good. When you only have 4 hand size, that's incredible. Okay, I like Amadeus Cho. 3 copies of the Gift of Battle, 3 cost event. Attack. Reduce the cost to play this card by 1 for each gift you control. Attack. Hero action attack, deal 5 damage to an enemy. That's not great. At 3 cost, that's missing 3 damage from swinging web kick. But at 2 cost, for every gift you control. So every labor you complete reduces this cost by 1, so if you complete 1, it's now a 2 for 5, which is standard, and then 1 for 5. So at 2 gifts, this is good. At 3 gifts, this is incredible. Okay. I see how this works. 2 copies of Son of Zeus, 2 cost event. This should be a freaking upgrade. Why is this an event? This should be a title. Son of Zeus, Olympus, hero action, ready Hercules. If you... Whoa, 2 cost event, a ready Hercules. If you control at least 1 gift, ready an identity-specific upgrade you control. 2 gifts. Gain a tough status card, 3 gifts, draw a card. That's incredible, actually. Even at 0 cards, that's pretty good. 2 to ready your hero, that's pretty good. 2 copies of 3 cost event, Wisdom of Athena. Again, this should be a freaking upgrade. Thwart, reduce the cost to play this card by 1 for each gift to control. Hero action, Thwart, remove 4 threats from a scheme. 4 cards for 4 threat is She-Hulk levels of bad. 2 cost event for 4 threat is standard-ish in terms of other aspects that are not justice. 1 cost event for 4 threat is good. Okay. 1 copy of 0 cost support, Olympus. Location, Olympus. Resource, exhaust Olympus. Generate a wild resource for each gift you control. So this is a 0 cost support, so that's incredible. And resource generator for 0 is incredible. Even at 0, that gets out of your deck so you can get your other cards faster. At 1, it's a 1 cost for 0, or 1 resource for 0, which is good. And then at 2, you're broken. Okay. 0 cost upgrade, Gauntlets of Hercules. Armor Olympus Hero Interrupt. When Hercules defends against an attack, exhaust Gauntlets of Hercules. Hercules gains Retaliate 1 for that attack for each gift you control. Okay. 0 cost upgrade, I like it. Gets it out of your deck. Golden Mace, 1 cost upgrade, Olympus Weapon, restricted, Hero Interrupt. When Hercules makes a basic attack, exhaust Golden Mace. Hercules gets +1 attack for each attack. For this attack, for each gift you control, this attack gains Overkill. Pretty good. Herc's, wow, this is bad art. This is not good art. Herc's Helmet, 0 cost upgrade. Armor Olympus, this such bad art. I don't normally comment on art, but this is horrendous. Hero Interrupt Defense. When a villain attacks, exhaust Herc's Helmet, reduce the amount of damage this attack deals by 1. This is not 1 for every gift you control, which seems out of line with the rest of his stuff, and I feel like they might have not put that text in there by accident. But it is a 0 cost upgrade that reduces the villain's attack by 1, so it's really good. It's a good card, I just feel like it's missing that text, and it should have had that text. 2 copies of Lion of Olympus, 0 cost upgrade. Olympus temporary. Discard this card at the end of the round. Your hero gets +1 to +1 attack and +1 defense. That's really good. I like that. And Prince of Power, 1 cost upgrade. Olympus title, hero response. After Hercules attacks and defeats an enemy, exhaust Prince of Power. Heal 1 damage from Hercules for each point of excess damage dealt to that enemy by that attack. That's incredible. You really want to be dealing overkill damage with Hercules. Wow, that's super good. And I'm seeing leadership cards for some reason, and I don't know why, because this guy should obviously be in aggression. What the heck is this? Alright, my battery's about to die, so we shall continue after I charge my battery. But what the heck? That seems... Hercules seems really good. Just right off the bat. Just looking at his cards, he seems really, really good. Alright, getting into the aspect cards. For some reason it came with leadership. I still don't understand why, even after thinking about it for a bit. 3 cost ally, Death Cry. This is Shara Naramani. 1 thwart, 3 attack with 2 consequential damage, 4 HP. Avenger, Hero Interrupt. When Death Cry makes a basic attack, deal your hero 1 damage. Death Cry takes 1 less consequential damage for this attack. No, that's bad. 3, no, that's... I'd have to think about that. First impressions, I don't like this. 4 cost ally, Namora. This is Aquaria Neptunia. What a terrible name. Holy cow. That's your name? Okay, whatever. 4 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 4 HP. Nemoria gets +1 hit points for every other ally you control. Ooh. That actually might be pretty good. In a leadership deck that has a bunch of allies, if you have 4 allies, every other ally you control, so +3 hit points, might be pretty good. 4 cost ally, Thor. This is Odinson. 3 thwart, 3 attack, 2 consequential damage. Asgard Avenger, 4 HP. How am I supposed to pay this? Wait a second, 4 cost ally. Your hand size is 4. So you can't even play these guys when you're in hero form unless you get a resource generator. That's... okay, whatever. Force Interrupt. After Thor makes a basic thwart, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play. Engage with you. No, thank you. Okay, so he is going to be exclusive for attacking. 3 attack though. Can attack twice. Not that great, but we shall see. 3 copies of Teamwork, Hero Interrupt. When you make a basic thwart or basic attack power, exhaust an ally you control, add that ally's matching power to your hero's power for this use. Okay, now we're getting into why this guy has teamwork or has leadership. So you can increase your attack by your ally's attack, and Death Cry and Thor both have 3 attack. Interesting. Okay, I see. So Let's see. We have 1 copy of Call for Backup, 1 cost Player Side Scheme. Victory 0. When defeated, each player may search through deck and discard power for an ally and put it into play. Ooh. Only 3 per person. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. You only have 1 thwart as Hercules, but I looked up what Assault means. What is this? Assault on Embodied Passos. Assault. The attached side scheme gains Assault, which means that you thwart with your attack power, basically, instead of your thwart. And Hercules, as a reminder, have 3 attack, so he should still be in aggression. So you can do 2 of your side schemes a lot easier, but whatever. 3 copies of Recruitment Drive, 3 cost support, Alter Ego form only. Alter Ego form only. Action, discard Recruitment Drive and choose a player. Reduce the resource cost of the next ally that player plays to this phase by 0. So basically, as a Alter Ego, you can play any hero for 3 cost. 4 cost, because this is a card. So it costs 3 and this card. So any ally can cost 4. Which means that this only really works if you have heroes that cost 5. And there are no allies that cost 5 in this deck, so this card's actually kind of useless. What the heck is this card? And it is only Alter Ego for... No, this card sucks. Oh, it is a support, though. It is a support. So you can play it, save it up for a later turn. And okay, it's not an event. I guess it's... I still don't like it, but whatever. 3 copies of Avenge Me, 0 cost upgrade. Avenger, play only if your identity has the Avenger trait attached to an ally, max 1 per ally. Hero or interrupt when the attached ally is defeated, draw 2 cards. That seems really strong. That seems incredibly strong. What the heck is this? When the attached ally is defeated, draw 2 cards. So you can play this on Maria Hill or Nick Fury if you're an Avenger, 0 cost card. And then when they die, because they're going to die, because you're going to chump block with them, you get to draw. That's so strong. That's incredibly strong. We're into the basic cards now. 3 cost ally, Gilgamesh. 2 thwart, 3 attack, 6 HP Eternal. As an additional cost to play this card, if you do not have the Eternal trait, confuse your identity. I don't think Hercules has the identity. Yeah, this guy is not Eternal, so I don't know why he's in here. And I don't think he's that good. Ancient Rivalry, 1 cost event. Asgard, Olympus, Team Up, Hercules, and Thor, max 1 per deck. I don't think Thor is one of Hercules' main cards. Like, he's not a card that's... Yeah, he's not a card that's in his deck. Like by default, max 1 per deck. Hero action, search or discard power for an identity-specific upgrade and add it to your hand. Ready, Hercules, and Thor. I mean, that's a good effect. You need to have Thor in your deck to play this. And Thor is a 4 cost leadership out. I don't like it, but whatever. We'll see. 3 copies of Limitless Stamina, 1 cost event. Superpower, play only if your identity has at least 14 printed hit points. Ready your hero. Okay, 1 cost event to ready your hero. Only if you have 14 HP. I think this is She-Hulk support, which is what I speculated would be in this deck. 1 copy of Evaluate Threat. Victory 0, play only if your identity has the Avenger or Shield trait. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard power for an Avenger or Shield card and add it to their hand. Shuffle. Reduce the cost to play each of those cards by 2 until the end of the phase. Costs 2 thwart to get rid of this. Might be pretty good. Energy, Genius, and Strength. I really like this Energy one. Not sure about Genius. Strength is fine. Avengers Compound, I think this was in... Yeah, this was in Wonderman's deck. I don't know why they reprinted Helicarrier. That's a strange thing to reprint. And Quincarrier. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait, resource. Exhaust Quincarrier, generate a wild resource. 3 cost support, but only if you have Avenger. That seems pretty fine. And then we have our obligation stuff, which I'm not going to look at. We have the back of the deck cards, Ancient Rivalry, in case you're playing Thor, I guess. So you would need 2 of these. And then we have another modular encounter set. Wow, there are no extra cards in this deck. That's interesting. Okay. Well, we have a new modular encounter set. That's always nice, I guess. And I don't think Wonderman came with one, actually. Yeah, the back of the cards for Wonderman are all player cards. So I wonder why they did that. Either way, I am looking forward to playing these two heroes. I think I'm looking forward to playing Hercules more, and I think I'm going to play him with a mostly unchanged deck versus Ultron Expert. I think he's good enough to take on Ultron Expert. So we shall see. Let's do that in the next video, and hopefully I will see you there. Goodbye.